crop the beginning if we need to. But yeah, let's get started. I don't know what we're calling this. I have no idea. We got topics. We want to talk about shit. We're going to suck, but we'll figure it out.
Sucking is part of fun.
Anyway, we saw this movie.
Which one?
Whiplash.
Aha. Okay.
How did this movie hit you? You gave me a call, demanded I see this. I got right on it.
Yeah, Whiplash is like, it's got all kind of intensity. It's got a lot of power. It's got a lot of rawness. It's got a lot of...
It's got some excellent acting performances. One by a really young actor named Miles Teller, the other by a veteran who is finally getting his due named J.K. Simmons. He's been in tons of state. We knew him from Spider-Man. He was...
Coen Brothers.
Joe Jamison?
He was the best fucking...
He was the guy at the Daily Bugle.
He was the guy at the Bugle.
He was in a couple Coen Brothers movies, or at least
CIA,
one I can think of.
He was in Burn After Reading.
Yep.
I think he was just in...
The Lady Killers.
Yes.
I remember he was the demolitions expert who had IBS, irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah, his girlfriend was Moonbeam, right?
His girlfriend was Moonbeam. And this film, he was a monster in Whiplash.
But at the same time, he had this gusto. He had the respect. You got... You know, he had the way he listened to jazz. He totally, had his sensibilities, and he kind of pushed these kids to their limits to realize that limiting yourself in jazz is, I don't know. It just, he pretty much broke these dudes, right? I mean... 6-hour intro.
I'd say
let's play the first measure again for 6 fucking hours. It's just insane.
I'd say kind of the point of how far he pushed him was he pushed him too far.
But enough to find, okay, the whole concept to the movie is this kid wants to be one of the greats, one of the legends, and he's in there night and day, studying, listening, spying on what's going on in the room of this guy who's just a master, and he's like a fucking enigma. These people fear this guy, and he's able to kind of build this relationship through a respect and fear. And as he begins to see this guy as a mentor, he also realizes that he's also the only antagonist that he's ever really had to deal with, except for his past. But hell of a showdown, though. One of the best. I was watching it like, wow, this is like one of the best war movies I've ever fucking seen. The final scene where they're performing, and it's just
going toe to toe, just trying to ruin each other's career.
Fuck you,
basically. The director of this film was Damien Chazelle. I don't know how many other films he's directed. I think that might have been his first big film, but that's kind of taken from his experiences as a music student. But I guess what he told J.K. Simmons was that he wanted him to go, however far he wanted to take that character, he wanted to go further with it. He wanted to almost be like a caricature of a monster, in that classroom, so like someone that everybody would fear, that they don't want to. You want to create something like a cartoon character almost. But however far that J.K. Simmons wanted to take it, he encouraged him to take it just that much further.
And he definitely did.
To kind of scare those kids.
For sure. Definitely scared the shit out of the one guy, and he ended up. Well, I guess that's spoiler shit, right?
I don't. Yeah, the spoil. Yeah, we're going to spoil this.
Spoiler alert! So this guy totally comes in and cries to the kids about, this dear student passed, and you're listening to his music. He speaks of this kid highly and in a high regard as an incredible musician, and it unfolds, and you find out that this kid actually committed suicide, and that throughout the time underneath this guy just created all this anxiety and turmoil in his life, or he can't handle it anymore, you know, the pressure and, you know, all this stuff.
But at the same time, the point of it is that it's that anxiety that's creating these, like a legendary character, like creating a legendary musician from pushing themselves to their limits and to their.
But he lies to the
to
kids.
Their potential to self-actualize.
Right. Well, he goes in and he goes.
He
died in a car accident. He didn't want to say.
He's trying to find.
Fucking destroyed this kid. He couldn't handle it. Can you handle it?
He's trying to find a diamond in the rough, so he's ready to just destroy all of these kids to find his one. And Charlie Parker.
You know, and that's another thing.
Which brings us to the music.
Yeah.
Music.
Incredible music cinematography. As a musician, it's really interesting to watch a film that actually like allows you to see the instruments and kind of feel the music from the driver's seat, so to speak. You can kind of like see through the eyes of the drummer. You kind of see his hands going through it. You kind of feel the grittiness and just like the raw like humidity and like straining muscles and busted knuckles in that fucking like gnarly practice mode where, you know, you're not really quite sure what you're doing. You're just trying to push yourself to the limits and just fucking physically beating yourself up. Like the kid really kills it, and the cinematography and direction for all the music phrases, all those scenes are just incredible.
I thought the film did an excellent job of bringing like someone like myself, who that's not really my style of music. That's not that's not where I reside.
Oh man.
But it brought me in.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like now I have to find out more about big jazz artists and big band and guys who work at that level.
And they show the side of it that you don't necessarily see when you're sitting in like a waiting room or like at a fine dining restaurant. You know, they show you that like that gritty, edgy, dangerous attitude that comes along with it. You know, like the legend of Charlie Parker is that the drummer, you know, threw a fucking cymbal at this guy, and that's the motivating factor for Charlie Parker to become the legend that is known as the Bird, is that he's like, oh, I got to live up to these people's expectations. I'm jumping into the show, and I don't have the fucking guns for the battle, and they know it, you know. So it's kind of like that's, you know. I'm
gonna bring up a little bit of some of the music from this. Is kind of a piece from the end of it.
Cool.
Sort of improvisational from the characters. I believe, what was the name of the piece? Caravan,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna bring up kind of low so we can speak over it. I'm not gonna.
But yeah, you can totally hear and feel inside and seeing like and you know, hearing the legends and seeing these guys work. There's just it's just about attitude and respect and just, you know, precision. And, you know, as musicians focus their attention on notes and phrasing and time and just what goes into it, and everybody's just locked in to create something. It's really all about passion and, like, technique. And when it comes down to it, jazz is just, like, an incredible form of art. And this movie really celebrates that in a really powerful way that I think, you know, you get a lot of movies that cover music and they're all great. I'm a music guy. I love movies about music. This one just hit me. It was the right time for it. You know, when I watched it, I had been hearing about it, and I hear Whiplash, and I'm like a thrash metal guy, so I'm like, yeah, Whiplash. And
I want to say that it's probably the best music-based film that I've seen since myself.
See, listen to this right here. Listen to this. It's grindcore. And I listened, and you know, in the past, you know, hearing about Whiplash, oh, you gotta see Whiplash, you know. I was just thinking, oh man, is it like, it's not thrash metal, it's not grind? And the guy was like, no. But listen to that shit. Where's the line?
To me, it's like,
why doesn't it have to be?
I feel like an idiot from where I'm coming from, but to me it sounds like the metal.
It's
like
power.
Clearly,
it's in context to whatever.
This is a precursor to what I know.
So you can just, I mean, you go back in time, get in the time machine, and no matter what part in history, you can kind of see that everybody in their own right during whatever time they were in was a bad motherfucker. I mean, listen to this. This is a really cool kind of like epic part in the scene where the conductor kind of like takes control and regains kind of a sense of direction after this kind of like sabotage where the kid takes control of the band with his drum, and he brings them down, and he's looking at them, and their fucking eyes are locked in, and he's just bringing them back in. He's like, come on, guys, here we go, bring it back up, come on. And it's like, you know, they've been against each other, they're cutting heads, they're fucking battling, and then like you hear the heartbeat, and he's bringing it back in, and he's looking at the kid, and the kid's like, I'm at Carnegie Hall, and this is my fucking moment, and this guy's just trying to fuck me. And now, you know what? I'm gonna cue you when my fucking time's coming in, and it's your time to conduct me. And he looks at him, he's like, you know what? It's fucking time, dude.
The rhythm and the timing and the way it's put together is almost a visceral experience.
Oh, there's so much to give. There's some powerful moments. One of my favorite moments of all time in this film is he's just working so hard at like the double time swing, and he's just like the camera's at some kind of like dirty angle, like coming in like at a 45. Yeah, he's practicing, and he's leaning in there, and he's just killing it, and he just stops, and he's like, "Fuck, goddamn, fuck, motherfucker!" And he just like, you can just really feel that like brutality of like power and metal and all that. You know?
In the scenes, he's trying to get the rhythm down to the point where he's actually, his hands are bleeding. Which, don't do that if you're a musician or coming up to it. Don't hurt yourself, because you'll end up permanently diminishing your chances of becoming great. So, but for the movie,
and there's the cue. So he, you know, they kind of come back, and like that's the end of the film right there. Right when they hit there, it's just an epic moment. Film, you know, you got the eye contact, the approval, the kind of like the student like, holy shit, I just fucked the system and it kind of worked, and the guy goes, you know, like, huh, it did kind of work, and it's kind of like a jolly, it's a very J.K. Simmons kind of moment. Simpkins.
Yeah, he did
you know,
throw that symbol at the guy's head, and he did create his Charlie Parker.
There's quite a bit of that actor sprinkled throughout the performance, and you'll watch, you know, his other films, and there's that certain gusto that he carries with him, as any good actor carries, you know. I feel like that comes through a lot in that character and makes it even more enjoyable, because he is kind of like a villain, but at the same time he's got such charisma and gusto that you have to respect him. He's like one of those guys where you're like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, it's definitely a villain character, kind of almost like the drill sergeant.
Yeah,
the drill from
without
Full Metal Jacket, Arlie Emery.
But it's almost like that guy has less. In regard to Full Metal Jacket, that guy has less to offer. I mean, yeah, he knows. You know, you actually see
Arlie Emery. That character's creating killing machines who have no feeling and don't think for themselves. Theirs is to do or die. Whereas J.K. Simmons' character in Whiplash is trying to create someone who does think for themselves and someone who rises above their means.
But it seems like he has
become a superhuman who's a unique individual as opposed to.
I would say that's 100% true. In a parallel way, for what they do. But then the counter to that, as far as like yin and yang, is that I feel for the Whiplash villain, he has more passion about it, and he's in deeper. The Marine guy, he has passion in the the bureaucracy of it and the power of it, where I feel like the other guy, he does it in celebration but to his detriment in a way, because ultimately he's just a lover of the music, and then then the power comes into play where he's like, how do I keep these people creating this high octane kind of high quality, amazing technique, how do I create that caliber of musician to create this jazz music to continue the tradition,
I wanted to say going into
Killing
this
Machine.
movie, going into this movie, I think I had a little bit of like a vendetta against this Miles Teller actor. I didn't really like him. I didn't like his look, and he's going to be in a film that matters a lot to me. He's going to be in a film called Fantastic Four coming out here later this year. He's going to be Mr. Fantastic. And if you know anything about
Which was a surprise to me.
Yes, if you know anything about me, I'm a Dr. Doom guy. So if you're going to be Mr. Fantastic, you know I've already got it in for you.
Yeah, totally.
And
now he's an easy target. So you love him already because
yeah.
You're like, you fucking bastard.
Yeah, a little bit. But go after this film, I really like the guy, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings to that character. Because even though I am a Dr. Doom guy, I collect Fantastic Four comics. It's kind of like my thing.
Absolutely.
And I love the family, and I want to see what he brings to that aspect of it. Although, hope for the best, expect the worst out of this thing. Because do you know much about this Fantastic Four movie?
No, I saw the quick trailer. I saw the 1 minute trailer.
Yeah, did a segue there. I jumped from Miles Teller into Fantastic Four.
I know, and I was just thinking about I started going back to the character. The actor Miles Teller.
Yeah.
He, there's moments, and I don't have any reference point.
I know he's. I know he's in. I think
but
he's
there's
in something
moments
called The Fault with Their Star.
There's almost moments, and it's actually funny, and it's kind of strange that I'm actually going here because I don't want to take it away from the Fantastic Four because that's new. That's something that's coming, but something that's already been and probably forgotten. Probably should be remembered and dug up out of the vaults and reconsidered as a music film. A coming of age mentor kind of protege film is Crossroads with Ralph Macchio as the Juilliard student who decides to
I haven't actually seen this.
dip out.
He does a deal with the devil, doesn't he?
It's an incredible film. It's in the spirit of blues and Robert Johnson, and it's an '88 flick, and it kicks ass because there's that certain kind of pressure, and in a lot of ways I feel like Whiplash is kind of like the modern day Crossroads, but with a little bit of spin on it. And for some reason, it didn't connect until we started talking about Fantastic Four. And there's a certain thing that happens in the preview where the Miles Teller's face does something, and that reminded me of Whiplash when he was just like dying to get it right, and Macchio in Crossroads.
I haven't seen this.
He wants it. Movie. Oh, you got to see it. It's incredible. Steve Vai does all the electric guitar work, and Ry Cooder does all the blues work. And between those two guys, I mean, it's like amazing classical, amazing blues. I got it on Amazon. I bought it from Amazon for like $6.
Like a DVD?
Yeah, good film. The chick from the curly-haired brunette from Lost Boys that plays Star.
Okay.
Is the lead girl that comes along to be the romantic interest of the youth.
And of course, we don't know her name. We don't know.
We can't remember.
I remember her, but I do remember the same
Star,
actress.
Man.
She was in a movie with Robert Downey Jr. Called fuck. What is it? It was a shit.
I don't know that one. But I'll tell you what.
All right, forget it. We'll come back to that.
Fantastic Four. I'm pretty excited about it. I rewatched the trailer like 2-3 times to try to see Dr. Doom.
You can only see him for half of a second.
Quick little shot.
And only from behind, but I'm telling you, it's him.
It's that's definitely going to be good.
Anyway, some of the problems that maybe you don't know about what they've decided to make the Doom character a blogger. So he's a guy who blogs online and not a monarch, despot, super scientist. Okay.
Let's see what happens.
There's a problem there already.
Well,
we'll let them envision their fucking movie. I'll tell them what they did fucking wrong when they're done. But
it's the difference between a comic book and a film, is you can only do so much with,
I will try.
How many millions of dollars? How many?
I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep an open mind here, but I'll tell you, Miles Teller's how well he did in Whiplash gives me a little bit more confidence going into Fantastic Four, which is a movie that means a lot to me. Yeah. Give him the sign.
Fuck yeah. It was like my thumbs up.
Anyway, coming back to music. We've got this situation. The Grammy Awards just went by.
Oh yeah, I missed that, but I heard some things.
I don't watch the Grammys. We don't care who wins.
That's not even Old Crow Medicine Show won a Grammy.
Did they?
I heard that. And there's a kid from Floyd County, where I live, who joined Old Crow.
Is that right?
A couple years ago, moved to Nashville.
Playing what instrument?
I think he plays violin. His name's Chance McCoy.
Okay.
But he joined Old Crow in the past couple years, and here they are winning a Grammy after all the years they've been playing. So that's kind of interesting. What else?
I was referring to the little bit of hubbub surrounding.
Wait. Let me guess. Did Beyonce not win a record?
Beyonce didn't.
Grammy?
Beyonce didn't win, and some people
record of the year.
Yeah.
Wait. Beyonce's record didn't win the Grammy?
You'd think it should win.
But she worked so hard for those music videos.
I know.
You can't hear music videos if you mute them. I've noticed this. When you mute Beyonce music videos, the sound of everything improves. It's incredible. Mute the music video.
She's not hard on the eyes.
Don't watch the video either. And that's because it's really weird.
And I actually don't want to. I don't have any problem with her music itself. Maybe she should have won the Grammy. I don't care. I think the Grammys are meaningless. But something happened because somebody cares about who wins and who loses, and that's Kanye West. He gives a goddamn who wins and loses, and it better go Kanye's way, otherwise you're going to hear all about it because he's got opinions. And once he has opinions, did you know that Kanye West has a massive legion of fans who run their fucking goddamn mouth about everything?
No, but here's what I do know.
The internet has opinions.
I got one word. I think it's Kanyesus. Have you ever heard that?
No.
Okay.
Well, he calls himself Yeezus, I believe.
Okay, so I saw I was at work and somebody had an iPad with a YouTube video. It was music going through the PA, and I looked at what it was, and it was like some weird fucking pseudo crucifixion type of scene, and it was all weird, and it was like he was doing all this like crucifixion of Christ imagery in his video, and it was like Jesus, and and I was just like, wow, it's like he's really looking at himself like the new Messiah of hip hop or rap. I'm not really sure what it is.
I believe I've seen a painting of the Virgin Mary holding the baby Jesus,
the baby Kanye,
the baby Jesus.
Well, let's just say this.
Going back to the Grammys,
yeah.
I don't care who wins or loses, but Kanye does. But I happen to like Beck. But what happened was, Beck was called up because he won the best album of the year, and Kanye, being Conway, goes to do a Kanye, but kind of plays it off as a joke. He's like, "Give me the mic," but doesn't. Kind of like, I was just up here doing my bit. But of course, directly after the Grammys, he's doing an interview, and he has some choice words. And I actually have it here. If you wouldn't mind, I'm gonna
all right. Okay, so this will probably be like.
Yeah, this might be the first time you've heard this.
I was going to say this might be the first time I've ever heard
artistry, and he should have given his award to Beyonce. And at this point, we tired of it. Because what happens is, when you keep on diminishing art and not respecting the craft and smacking people in the face after they deliver monumental feats in music, you're disrespectful to inspiration. And we as musicians have to inspire people.
How many instruments does Kanye play? Could Kanye play an instrument?
I don't know. I believe Kanye does know how to play some instruments. Kanye's a very, very, very talented individual. I'm not going to take that away from him.
Well, I've noticed him being around talented people.
I'm not thinking. What I get out of that is, do you not know who Beck is?
I remember Mellow Gold.
Because Beck is prolific.
Beer Can.
It goes back.
I mean, there's I remember, when did that come out?
That was 1994.
Okay, so I'm like 10, 11 years old when that came out. Very cool. Got it on tape.
But Beck has numerous #1 singles. Beck has amazing records all the way through his career.
And the discography.
Music, and it's so robust, and it's so
they're individual
varied.
Records.
They're
every record stands alone as like a series of songs that don't really... I don't know. If you listen to any one of his records, and it's not going to sound like any other one of his records. And that's the cool thing about him. He's always like transitioning and evolving as an artist and continuing through. He's got a lot of knowledge of like recording equipment and like just like he's got a lot of taste, man. He's good.
He's multi-talented. He knows how to play countless instruments.
I heard 14, but
okay,
I hear
14.
I hear.
But I'm always impressed with what he's doing and what he's saying with his music and where he's going, and he's always evolving and growing. And to me, it was
Blue Moon. You just played that tune for me. We watched the video for it. This is where Beck's at now.
This is where Beck's at right now, but
that's
you don't
what I
know.
saw.
But you don't know where Beck's going to be at next, regardless of if he wins these awards and whatnot. And I personally, I don't care who wins these awards, but it is nice to see Beck get a little bit of recognition.
Oh yeah, my goodness.
And it sucks to have that recognition instantly spoiled.
Yeah,
and
especially
so and
because
why
he's not a
why do I feel it was
and
spoiled?
inspirational.
Go on any message board or any YouTube video for Beck and look at the comments and just kind of see what's happened. And like your first 3 comments are going to be people saying, "So this is the piece of trash who wins the awards. Fuck Beck. Yeezy sent me here." And it's like Yeezy didn't send those people there. It's just you have legions of internet opinionated people, and then you've got a lot of young people who've never heard of Beck for some fucking reason. Get your head out of your ass.
Well, culturally, our music state is kind of like been in crisis since when did MTV start? 81? Before I was born. When MTV helped create good music in a lot of ways. Because there was always a go fuck yourself mentality.
I'm an MTV baby of the
on
80s,
the opposite side. Yeah, but all the best music in the 80s came out, wasn't on MTV.
Well, that's probably true if you're talking about Susie and the Banshees and the Misfits.
No, I mean,
I don't know. Who are you thinking of from the 80s that was definitely not on MTV?
I don't know. I can't.
The Pixies.
I was going to say.
Some of these things wound up on like 120
Inconclusive.
Inconclusive.
I'm pulling that card right now. It's not the right questioning. It's not the right.
Anyway,
not the right line of questioning there.
To be clear, I don't want to take anything away from Kanye West. I actually think he's a prolific artist in his own right. I really do. He's obviously.
I'm going to plead the X-Files here and say I want to believe here.
Have you heard any Kanye?
No, I feel like the Kanye.
Do you mind? I'm going to play a track from Kanye. I think this is
no disrespect. I do want to say that I saw Kanye rapping on a roof on the Dave Chappelle show.
Okay.
With Mos Def, and I was like, "Oh, Kanye's rapping with Mos Def, huh? Cool."
Well, Kanye's super talented. I actually like him a lot. Not sure about his public persona. I don't want to give him a lot of my money. Think enough people do that already, but I'm just not so sure it's the right thing to do to disrespect one artist for the sake of another one.
It'll be like, hey, check out this movie. And I won't ask you anything about it. I'll just get the flick and watch it. And holy shit, it's so cool to like dive into this movie Whiplash, you know. You don't think that you're going to be, you don't really know what you're going to be getting into, but like right off the bat, you're a little bit interested, you're intrigued, you care about these characters some level. But anyhow, the great thing about film is like, you know, you can watch something and it takes you places, you know, and the less you think, the better it is. When you start thinking, you take control again. And this movie, I feel like there's a couple little parts here and there, but for the most part, it keeps you captivated and keeps you interested, and I feel like that's still really important. And a lot of movies don't always deliver that. They deliver, you know, big bangs and thrills and chills and all the, you know, fresh flesh and all the goodies, you know, all the good stuff. But substance, you know, isn't always there in the marrow, and I feel like this movie kind of comes from the right place and kind of gives you the right things with it. So
I like the idea of like, imagine all the younger people who are being turned on to things like Buddy Rich and Charlie Parker.
Yeah, that's
right
intense.
Who never would have looked at that. I'm 37 years old, and for whatever reason, that's just never been in my wheelhouse, and I've never really bothered to go there. And now I'm actively seeking it out, and that's Whiplash is the first movie to do that to me since The Doors.
Nice.
And the Doors film, I'd never bothered listening to the Doors. I might have heard, like Love Me, what the fuck?
Love Me Two Times.
Yeah, Love Me Two Times and Light My Fire and things like that on the radio once in a while. Right. But I never gave a fuck about the Doors until that movie when it was like, oh my God. After I saw that film, I had to just devour it all.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I read like 4 or 5 books about Jim Morrison after that film, and I'm kind of feeling that again from Whiplash. So,
well, that happened to me,
and that's how well we did talking about Kanye. We just couldn't deal with it. We couldn't deal with the Kanye conversation.
No, it's something. I'd rather get back into something. It's like even for me, it's like we
tried Kanye, but you're not our Jesus. We like you though. I do anyway.
You turned a corner. I turned a corner.
All right. What else we want to talk about here? We're gonna go see a show here pretty soon.
I hope so.
We're gonna go see a show. So what's going on is a band, Faith No More. They're back with their first album in like 19, 20 years. It's going to be called Sol Invictus. What's the release date on that? Do you know the release date on Sol Invictus? Let me look up the release date.
I'm not sure.
I believe it's May. I want to say it's May 16th for Sol Invictus. But anyway, Sean and I are going to go ahead and take a trip up to both Chicago
and Detroit,
Motown. Michigan, to see Faith No More twice on the 7th and the 8th of May. So we won't even have the album at that point.
Which is amazing because we will be able to buy the album at the show probably.
I doubt it. I personally doubt it, but who knows?
Hey, you never know. I saw Valiant Thor a couple years back, and when they were doing the release of Our Own what was that album? Our Own Masters. Our Own Masters from Valiant Thor.
Not familiar.
I saw those guys in Charlotte, and I was able to get the record.
At the show, they sell records at shows these days.
Yeah, I was the second guy. Well, I mean, I bought the CD.
It's releasing May 19th everywhere. I believe at this moment you can pre-order it from like Amazon.com. Vinyl's only like $18, and the CD's only $17. $18 for the vinyl's cheap as hell. Of course, I grabbed 2 because I'm me.
Yeah, you got one that you listen to and one that you don't listen to. One's for the ears and the other's for the eyes.
Where are you at with Faith No More? When's someone like what's kind of your where did you come into Faith No More at?
Where did I come into it? Oh yeah. Goodness, let's think. I feel like I saw Epic on MTV when it came out.
I believe I did.
When it was like a music video.
But at that time, honestly,
I was like fucking okay.
It was just another of the cool music.
Was it 80, 88, 89?
That's like 89, 90, yeah.
Okay. I was like,
That's pretty young.
1984, I was born in 84. And so I was an impressionable youth, man. I feel like I am who I am.
Sean's parents. I think that Sean's parents are a little bit more hip than my parents, and I think that maybe Sean was exposed to some music and other things that I wasn't exposed to in my religious tight ass upbringing.
Yeah, like the ability to explore cable unregulated at a young age.
Yeah, I was definitely not.
We had the cable box. You're going to love this one. We had the cable box that looked like the size of like an answering machine or something with the big dial that went from 0 to like 30.
Oh, yeah, and if you ran it into a VCR and you changed the channel on the VCR, sometimes you could get Cinemax in a little bit. And we all know what goes on Cinemax at like midnight on a Friday night.
Oh man. Yeah, it's almost as good as what comes on at 1:30 after that one. God, sometimes you see Sideball. That's traumatizing at a young age.
But anyway, when did you start buying Faith No More? When was Faith No More kind of like, holy shit, this is a fucking great band?
Oh my god. Way too late. I got the disc. I got I got an iPod in 2006, and my girlfriend at the time was a Mike Patton fanatic, and she had everything Patton, and she gave me a starter iPod.
I might have given her some
playlist.
of that stuff myself.
It was like
Tomahawk had to been in there.
Oh God, it
at
was
that point, 2006.
Oh, it was the Patton collection that I got was insane. I had things on there that I didn't necessarily even need to know about that I was like really thankful that I did. Like some of the work with like Yorn and Kata, like hemophiliacs. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like totally fucking nuts.
Actually, believe it or
It's
not,
like
I
super
saw
jazz.
that.
And
Believe it or
like,
not, I saw that live.
that's
in New York
nuts,
City.
dude. It's
at the Knitting Factory.
It's pretty nuts. Some like the sound, like the hard, like I've got the one with the silverware on it. I can't remember.
Pranzo All Transistor.
I used to have and this was all on my iPod. I had my favorite Mike Patton right now, and still is Director's Cut Fantomas. I just can't get enough, just because it's incredibly.
Well, you got a favorite track off of that by any chance?
My favorite track off of the Director's Cut, I've got top 5. I mean, Rosemary's Baby, just alone. The take on it is just, it's unfathomable that they're able to captivate. Here's another one, Charade.
Oh,
I fucking love it because Netflix, it makes all kind of cool things tangible to people in the modern age that I never would have found Charade. You know, like I miss video stores because when I was a little kid, we'd go see VHS in the video stores, and you look at the cases and you'd be like, I don't want to watch this. This is an old movie. You know, I don't want to watch these weird movies with dudes with sideburns.
They got like the Gollum on there and stuff.
But I just remember putting on Charade, and Patton just gets these amazing, like all of the. The introduction of Charade is nothing but percussion, and it's like it's very jazzy, and it's kind of has like a just a really like here it is.
Yeah, I'm just
it's
gonna
amazing.
Kind of play up.
So yeah, you kind of hear this. You know, it's got this. You got Buzz Osborne playing guitar. So it's got this great. So here's Mike. He's doing all the drum parts.
All the percussion with his own voice.
He's right. Well, within reason, he's doing a lot of the nuance. There's a lot of percussion elements here. But if you watch the film, it's really cool because theirs is like real beautiful and real safe. And this is just like super perfect, like dead on, respectful in composition to the original arrangement, but just fucking like right here. It's just like he pulls it, he pushes it, he molds it into a fucking ball of chaos and fire and blows it back into the fucking beauty of what it already was in total respect to the original. Because here it is, it's like right back. And it's like fucking Walter Matthau and fucking
Cary Grant was in this.
And, you know, it's just, it's in so many of these films, like, even just thinking about, you know, like, The Omen, you know, like, The Omen is such a fucked up movie. You know, you got the Cape Fear that they do is incredible. Godfather, Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me.
Obviously, I'm a like David Lynch retard.
See, I'm looking at the playlist now. We're looking at the track list, and it's like obviously, okay, there it is.
Yeah, I'm a David Lynch reject, so obviously I have a huge affinity for the Twin Peaks song.
This melodic element right here is incredible.
My favorite track on this, believe it or not, is the one called "Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion," and.
Is that the one that goes?
I'll try to play it here in just a moment. Actually, I believe we're coming up on the end of Charade now.
Yeah, that's fine with Charade. I mean, it's just
okay. Let me go ahead and bump into a little bit of Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion.
Is this,
and obviously, we're a conversational podcast here because we're trying to talk about Faith No More, but it's Faith No More.
Oh my gosh!
It goes all over the place.
Okay.
But this is my personal favorite track off of Fantomas, the Director's Cut.
Okay.
From 2001.
So this is horrible. I don't even want to go there, but like there's some of these songs like have this like disgusting gusto that you can only appreciate if you're like really, really, really into how good it is. Like you can't really, if you don't realize how good it is, one, you're an idiot, and two, you're not listening. It's just a matter of like, go and find this. Investigation of a citizen above suspicion, and listen to it.
I've not been able to find this movie.
Then what you do?
I've not seen the movie, but this music is murderously awesome.
Like if you could find, like for instance, you guys have all seen The Godfather. The Godfather is just like if you just looking at this album from start to finish, each song captivates in a way. One of my favorites, I don't even know the name, but it's the one that has, it's almost like a groovy, kind of like creepy double vocal where he's like low and high. And it's real jazzy. I want to say that, is it The Devil Rides Out?
It's been a quite a little while since
Night of
But anyway, going back to Faith No More,
Yeah.
That was the album that changed music. Like everybody, I feel like probably everybody has an album in their life that comes by and goes, oh, whatever you were doing in music. Like before I listened to Angel Dust by Faith No More in 1982. For me, all music was Tears for Fears. I liked it. I was a kid. I liked Yankovic. I liked to listen to that kind of stuff.
Oh, that was
sometimes.
your kid kicking. That was kicking into like, I'm going to be who I am from here on out.
This is where I'm going to start my investigation of what music really is and what it means to me. Began
so you got the tape.
Angel Dust.
On tape.
No, I got it on a CD.
Got it on
and
CD.
I got it on a long box CD. By long box, I mean it came in a big long box so you wouldn't shoplift it. And then it had like a pelican or stork.
It has a stork on it, yeah. Angel Dust is an incredible record. That's probably the one that I've listened to the most over the years.
But yeah, that's where I started my kind of musical journey. I started with there. And from that moment on, I've been ridiculously addicted to Faith No More and everything that shoots off from Faith No More, from Billy Gold's Cool Arrow Records and his Brujeria heavy metal record that like Mexican death metal he did, to Roddy Bottom's Imperial Teen, to following Mike Borden, the drummer's career when he worked with both Korn and Ozzy and Black Sabbath. Doing the live things, and of course Mike Patton all over the fucking place.
This is always
Mr.
my favorite
Bungle.
right here. Check this out. The very end of it. That's like what a horror movie should sound like. Yeah, it's so cool. Fantomas is like keeping it traditional, but they're throwing in the grindcore, they're throwing in the funk, they're throwing in the fucking like the darkness. Mike Patton's got a lot of outward projection.
Faith No More has been missing from our lives for far too long. Now, back in 2009, they announced they were going to come back, and as you see behind me, I have the first poster from they did their reunion show.
Second Coming in 2009.
And but they didn't do any new original material at that point. They did a couple of new covers, one of which being Reunited by Peaches and Herb, and it was super exciting. But you're standing there wondering, like, when am I going to hear a new song in the key of my favorite fucking band? Like, when do I get to hear a new Faith No More song? Mother of all fuckers. And things would trickle out from a show. Like, they did a song called Matador.
Well, see, I've never seen Faith No More, so for me, I'm always going back to, like, Video Croissant, to where they do, on MTV, Caffeine Live.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, like, one of the most, like, it's so inspirational, you know, to see Mike Patton, to see all the guys, really. But there's a specific little powerful, like, stage presence that he has that I really feel like was, in the hardcore tradition that really wasn't happening at that point in time with that kind of music. And I feel like he really pulled some stuff out and pushed it out there really well. And I feel like that's really exciting. So for me, live, I'm just like, I want to see him play Caffeine. I'm stupid.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we're going to get to see him play Caffeine at least once.
I'm that guy at the crowd. See, this is the guy I'm at the shows. I get so fucking.
You hear the dogs barking.
I get so excited. I get stupid sometimes. I'm the guy that they do the encore Caffeine, and I'm in the front row, and I'm singing every fucking word. It's so exciting. And then he's like, "We're gonna play one more song. What do you want to hear?" And he puts the mic in front of my face, and I'm like, "I want to hear Caffeine." Ow!
I'm a big, large person.
And
I know you're hearing this by audio, but I'm a large person, and Caffeine happens to be the only song in all of the concerts I've ever been to. In 1995, I crowd surfed.
Yeah!
During Caffeine.
Yeah. Let's start a circle pit right now.
As big as I am, the fucking crowd had to deal with it.
I'm big. And
just for that one song in my whole concert career.
You're big and I'm tall, but he's taller than I am. Yeah. I'm 6'4", so.
But anyway, I've had this reoccurring dream. You know that, like a reoccurring dream, like you're back in high school and you're naked or something like that. Like you keep having the same dream over and over and over and over again. Whatever your reoccurring.
And there's a girl there.
One of my reoccurring dreams for years, we're talking nearly 20 years now, is I'm in a record store and I'm flipping through Ministry records and I'm flipping through this and I find there's a new Faith No More record. And I try my best, and I start to realize I'm in a dream, and I'm holding on to this record, like, don't go. And I wake up, and I'm empty-handed, like, no. But that moment's coming with Sol Invictus on May 19th, and we're going to go see him.
And you can hear Motherfuckers online. There's actually there's a handful.
If you don't
of
mind,
songs
I'm gonna actually play. This is their new single called Superhero.
Super
They
cool.
are. Oh my god!
Listen to these first notes. Just super fucking heavy. Faith No More's coming back pretty heavy, dude.
Yeah, Faith No More is actually gonna be on Jimmy Kimmel.
Listen to that. Okay, the first couple notes totally remind me of past propaganda albums. Just the first couple notes.
Superhero by Faith No More.
Super powerful. So this is going to be the first record, but the original guitar player is not
no. Jim Martin. He was in Bill and Ted Bogus Training. Jim Martin. He left after Anchor. And at that point, they got Trey Spruance for Mr. Fungal. Trey Ford came for them for a lifetime. But he didn't even tour that. They got somebody in between them. And after that, they brought in the guitarist they've had ever since then, John Hudson. He's still with us to this day. He's phenomenal. John Hudson is phenomenal. Of course, he doesn't have the look that Jim Martin has. So people always want to scream, "Where's Big Jim?" Because they remember that look. He had the two pairs of glasses. He had the beard. He had the leather jacket. He just was that character.
Yeah.
And that was great for the band. But John Hudson, excellent.
Oh, I'm stoked too, man. Listen to that.
I'm sorry, I said Jimmy Kimmel. He's actually going to be on Jimmy Fallon.
Nice, that's a Duane show.
Yes.
Nice.
When is this? They're going to be on the May 13th.
Nice.
They're going to be on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. So that's the Tonight Show. Faith No More's back, and we're on the Tonight Show.
Hey, we're going to see him a week before that, motherfuckers.
Yes. So that's exciting. What else is going on there?
What else is going on? Fuck. I'm stoked about spring. I'm stoked about green grass. I'm stoked about like skateboarding, getting some shit together. Getting some writing shit together, getting some more of these things together. Obviously, this is just a quick, push record type of scenario. So, developing
I'm looking forward to more of these podcasts.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we're gonna do more of these podcasts. Probably gonna.
He's the brains. I'm the looks, and he's the muscle.
He's Frank Castle. I'm Microchip.
He's giving me so much credit with that, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm giving you credit. You're a psychopathic killer. And I know how to work computers.
I'm also a narcissist.
But anyway,
So
I'm Duane
fuck
Thomas. This is Sean Matuk.
Made it.
Matuk?
No. You can call me Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
Or Shaun of the Dawn, if it's early in the morning. That rhymes, so you know it's true. How about Shaun of the Dawn on the radio for New Beginning?
All right, this is our first episode. We don't even know what we're calling it yet, but
my name's Matuk for the record.
Matuk.
M-A-T-U-K.
Yeah, I don't ever call him Matuk.
UK, bitch.
All right, peace out, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
First episode.
Check out
We'll probably
Whiplash.
figure out what we're going to call it here in a minute.
Check out Kanye West. Check out Beck's new record. Check out Beyonce. Check out
Morning Phase
the
by
other
Beck
shit
is out
we
now.
talked about.
Sol Invictus by Fath.
Definitely check out
19.
Fantomas. Check out Mike Patton. Check out Mr. Bungle. Check out the fucking Melvins. Check out Papa Gandhi. Check out Buckethead.
Check out Beyonce.
How about-
She didn't win Best Album of the Year, but she probably deserved it. Check out her.
She's gonna win at the Music Video Awards because Beck's music videos aren't as flashy. How about this? Go back and watch Ralph Macchio in fucking Crossroads.
That's
The
for me.
Star.
I gotta do that.
I watched Lost Boys, fucking The Thirst last night. The third Lost Boys. The Star was not around. I fell asleep early.
Third Lost Boys.
Yeah, you're telling me. And
The
you're
third-
yeah,
I
a
think
washed up
you
Corey
just
Feldman's like,
skipped
we just started the next podcast. Stay tuned next time. We love
Yeah,
you.
we'll talk about some shitty movies. Take care, everybody.